She can't help it.
Get on stream.
Honestly, same. I get it.
Baby on stream. I mean, valid.
Everyone's got them trigger buttons.
Yeah, you scratched me right there. I got a lick.
That's another one.
Just watch Peppa for a while. Hold on. Let me there's a Peppa button.
Oh yeah.
Ew,
she's really going to town.
She just sneezed on me. She can't stop until you stop. So after a while, it truly is cruel.
Yeah.
Ew, gross, dude.
That was her defense mechanism.
I have to like rotate this. I can't keep holding this camera. It's way too heavy.
Yeah.
Is this the angle now? Is this what we're doing?
Is this what it's going to be for the rest of the stream?
Yes.
Okay. Now I can
it should be,
Hunter with you.
honestly.
She shake.
She got so conscious about that one.
She's like, do I do this?
She's like,
do you think she knows she's being watched?
He's like, why are you paying so much attention to me?
Yeah.
She's like, excuse me, do you see I'm trying to take a bath?
This is good content. Oh, there she goes. There she goes again.
She can't help it. I feel kind of bad when I make her do this. She literally can't help it.
So hear me out. Stop. You have within yourself the power.
She does look a little disappointed when you stop, though.
It's true.
Sometimes she has to lick her nose because she's constantly congested.
Right.
She can do that.
Yeah, her nose is
easier for her than other cats.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think most cats can. No, most cats can lick their nose. I think it's a little easier.
It's like right there.
Yeah, there's no snout to like have to reach around. It actually is easier because her face curves inward.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
Ew.
That is disgusting.
Absolutely wretched.
Oh, God.
Okay, bye.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we get the back now. We get the back.
Yeah, she's done with us. Anyway.
That's fine. Well, hello. Hi. Welcome to Class Reunion. Welcome to Live from the Apocalypse. We're a not-for-profit TTRPG channel that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other important causes like that. And it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Welcome to Gay Game. But it is Pride Month. We are still raising money for Doctors Without Borders, though. We have not met our $2,000 commitment goal. Also, ongoing genocide of atrocities taking place in Palestine currently, and Doctors Without Borders are providing very critical and important humanitarian medical aid there. And so we are happy to be able to keep raising money for them. So the way we do things on this channel is if you like what you see, we just ask that instead of doing the normal twitch.tv things of subscribing or giving us bits or interacting with fake cyber currency in any way, which I would not recommend in any aspect of your life, you take the $5 or the $6 or whatever a Twitch sub is going for these days, and you give it, I almost spilled my burning hot tea all over my hand. You give it directly to Doctors Without Borders instead of to us, because we just play these silly little games on the internet, and they will do very good and important work with it. So to that end, we have hidden the subscribe button. You can seek it at your own peril. But other than that, we've replaced it with the donate button, which if you do donate, there will be an alert that sounds. It'll be very loud. It'll interrupt whatever is going on currently. We'll have to take a break from the story and thank you personally, which is not a hardship. And yeah, if you do subscribe, which we can't stop you from doing, unfortunately, we can't turn it off. We can only hide the option. Beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will murder one dog for every month you've been subscribed to this channel. I haven't seen that happening a lot recently. I think that the dogs are doing pretty okay. I think that the population is thriving, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I think that's fine. Don't subscribe, but if you are going to subscribe, if you have an Amazon Prime sub, you know what? You got something to say, Ralph? You looks like you had
The
something.
dogs are safe until June 18th. So they have half
yeah?
of Pride to
What are you doing on the 18th?
That's when Ralph's
watch out
Prime
for
Sub
June
is
18th.
available again.
That's when the prime sub comes back. Yeah.
Such a
I think
threat.
mine's
dogs
on
are
the
safe.
11th. So
For now. They're
It's
allowed
true.
to enjoy half of Pride.
How kind of you.
How generous.
It's very benevolent.
I don't want to say anything untowards or out of pocket, but like all dogs are straight. Anyway, moving right along.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You took umbrage with me saying all doctors are bottoms, but you're gonna come out with all dogs are straight?
Because that's not true. All doctors aren't bottoms.
Yeah, well, listen, I will stand by that until I'm proven wrong.
I'm crying right now.
No, your makeup.
Why have you done this?
Anyway, moving right along. God, I don't even remember what I was saying. I lost it. I was doing so well too. There are channel points. You can spend them on like GIF reactions and emotes and things like that. You can cause bad stuff to happen, or you can cause good stuff to happen. I'm actually very low on channel points after the last a season, not last night's a season of Secrets and Shadows, but the one before that. Yeah, I only have 8K channel points after that bad stuff redeem, which did not pay off for me.
It
JD.
didn't?
Wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I don't know that that's true, Will, because you haven't watched that episode.
I know what happened, though.
That happened 2 episodes ago, my guy.
Wait, no, I did watch that one. I don't remember that at all. Okay.
No,
All right.
I don't think you did watch that one.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure the last one was the only one that I hadn't watched. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Making a lot of threats right now.
There are a lot of threats being thrown, and I am innocent and yet somehow being caught in the crossfire.
All I'm saying is that this whole entire season, I've been leaving
Ironic.
Carmen alone. I've been letting Carmen have space to like figure himself out and maybe try to fix himself and work on himself and better himself. And then all of a sudden, I started hearing about all this shit that Carmen's been doing to me.
I don't know
personally.
what you're fucking talking about.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's the stuff and the things for the most part. This is Class Reunion. This is a game about 5 high school students from Ohio and one of their roommates who have been trapped in a fantasy world for 10 years and are trying to figure out their epic destiny now. Dropping like flies, honestly. We're down to 3 living high school students from Ohio at this point.
Does Ryan count as living?
No. He's undead.
Okay, then we're down to 2.
Do I count as living?
So we're down
Yeah.
to 1.
No, Kelly detects as undead, but Kelly is not undead.
So far, so true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you exist. Like 3 of you exist in the world.
Roommate?
That's my cousin.
Yeah, history will say that they're roommates.
You're choosing violence today, William.
History will say that Wayne and Kira were roommates or
On
teammates. I
fucking
guess.
Pride, too.
On fucking Pride.
Wow.
On the first day of Pride Month.
On the first fucking
homophobic.
day. Good
This is
God.
high-key homophobic.
Wow.
All right, cool. Let's see.
Why did
Sorry,
you
I was
click
busy.
that?
Sorry, I was clocking in real quick.
Thanks.
Okay.
We're having a great time.
We are clearly. There's no other way I'd rather celebrate Pride, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's what this game is. So we'll go around and we'll do our introductions, and then we'll probably get right back into our story, picking up right where we left off, maybe. Starting us off is JD.
Hey, I am JD. I can be found on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean. Usually in this game, I play Hunter, who you see pictured to the left. Currently, you might notice my name is not that. I am currently playing Lindsay Ardane. I don't know how he is categorized. He is not a roommate. He is not from Ohio. He has been a piece of furniture.
Lindsay's our pet.
I think
We'll take it.
technically, in the spirit of kink it pride, what was the term that Amber used? Lindsay is a cash pig.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Next up, it's Q.
Oh, it's me. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Ignore the RuPaul's Drag Race season 1 lighting. We're doing our best over here. I'm playing Kira, who is a Tua astral self monk. He's going through it, but ignoring it to the best of his ability.
God.
Nothing that is happening is coming through on stream, so I
I
don't
think
know
it's not
what's going
supposed to be.
That's,
Well, yeah,
it's
that
not
makes
supposed to
sense.
be. I was muted because I had to answer a question. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. We're having a time. It's fine. It's fully fine.
You want me to circle back?
I thought I said everything I needed to say.
You might have. I don't know. I just didn't know if you were done.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Julia.
Hello, I am Julia. I'm Hexwhat on all social media platforms. Today I am playing what is her name now? Lady Violet Blackwing, Kelly to her friends, and the Ghost in the Storm to her enemies, here to cause political problems on purpose.
Love that. Love that for you. Nope. Nope. Nobody saw that. It's fine. It's
Awkward.
Fine. It's
Awkward.
There we go.
Yeah, for instigating.
Hold up, I'll give the people what they want. Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
please. Hello.
there we go. I forgot she's
That
short. She's Lil. Oh, why are you so okay? There we go. Hello. My name is Raph. And I play Max Miller, although today I play Max Miller within Please Don't Flash Your Ass. Hold on. Thank God. Today I play Max Miller within Hunter's body. Wait. Fuck. It's mirrored. Fuck. Hold on. Besitos for Hunter.
There we go.
What else? I'm a bar block. I think that's it. I don't know what else happened last session.
You talked a lot. That's mostly just
I
talking.
did talk a lot. I plan on not talking at all this time, so expect this. The whole just muted in this. So good night.
Your arm is gonna be soaking wet by the end of the stream.
It's gonna be raw, dude. She's sandpaper tongue.
Oh, all right. And then I guess, hi, hello, my name is Will. I play everybody else in this game, one of the organizers and storytellers here live from the apocalypse. And yeah, we'll get into it right now. So, where we ended, correct me if I'm wrong, was with y'all walking through the Henge Gate, going back to Calderon, the city, excuse me, the capital city here in the kingdom of Aloran on the continent of Anoon. Sorry, I just realized I never fixed the controls.
That would be correct.
There we go. Should be better now. So You step through the Stormhold henge gate and out onto the streets of Calderon. And at first, everything seems normal. The henge gates of Calderon are kind of always a bustling place. There are people coming and going, merchants, etc. But then, as you are looking around and taking in these sights, nobody really pays you a second glance despite your relative fame across the kingdom. But as you're taking a look around and taking in those sights, you hear a loud voice call out in a very commanding tone, "Move!" And the lines of people waiting to use the henge gates, one in particular, you're not positive off the top of your head where it leads, kind of part to either side like water, as a line of what are unmistakably soldiers in armor, full kit, march up to the henge gate. The attendant quickly keys in whatever the desired location is. The barrier starts to shimmer, and the phalanx really marches through out to some unknown part of the kingdom. People fall back into line after that, but you can tell that the mood in the square is kind of shifted from that point on. It's a little more tense. People are kind of whispering to each other or just not talking at all.
Oh, don't love that.
Yeah, whatever it is you need to do, we need to do it quick.
To the castle, I guess. Is it?
Didn't
Hmm?
didn't you say they haven't voted?
That's what. They hadn't voted to go to active war, but they had, according to former Lord Blackwing, they they had started.
You can just call him
preparing.
Corvid now, or Corvy. He would have told you that.
I
Can we call
don't
him
think
Corey?
he would have. He
Would-
would have.
would-
Yeah, you can call him
would he?
Corey,
No.
but it's with a K, so it's fine.
Okay, cool.
They hadn't voted to go to open war, but they had voted to start preparing their
Mm.
defensive measures.
They're mobilizing.
Yeah.
Appear to be the case.
I was gonna say, does anyone around here look like they might be willing to talk to us if we were to ask them if they knew where they were going? But then again, we're going to the castle anyway, and they will probably tell us.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, yeah, you could probably find somebody to talk to you. Your fame as you move around was pretty largely dependent on Wayne, first of all, just because
Mhm.
Wayne was kind of independently famous.
Yep.
And then also very recognizable, but then also Max, because Max was also on the team and was generally just like very also big and recognizable. Without those two, you know.
We can move around a little bit easier.
Yeah. Now the most notable thing about your group is probably Kira, which is not necessarily to your benefit.
Mm-hmm. Question, Will.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, of course, the henge gates will light up in certain ways depending on where they are going. Could I roll to try and gauge the location those soldiers were being sent to?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Roll an Arcana check.
I would love to roll an Arcana check.
Get in there, Lindsay. Earn your keep.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Ooh,
Hey.
okay.
So that is a 29.
Okay.
You're all right,
Uh,
Lindsay.
Yes. You absolutely can see. You see the runes around the outside light up. Excuse me. You see the runes on the outside of the henge gate light up, and you can actually, I think, decipher. Sorry, hold on. I'm about to sneeze.
Salud.
Thank you. You see them light up, and I think you can recognize. Oh no. Allergy season, y'all. I'm dying.
You gotta do 3 more, complete the set.
Don't say that. Don't put that evil on me.
I could do what the evil my
be
grandmother puts
good.
on me, which is when you start sneezing and she says, "I dare you to do another one."
Don't
and then you
put
go
the
and do
evil
it.
that your grandmother puts on you onto me. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that.
You've already been dulled, Will. You've already been dulled.
Mm-hmm.
The doll is a sign of love and protection.
I don't know if that's true. It's staring at me. Lindsay, you would be able to recognize these runes as they're lighting up. That this particular configuration would take them to threshold.
And I mean, I think given that this is Lindsay and Lindsay has like the barest hint of an idea of what's going on, he'd just kind of stare at that and then look back at you and back a couple of times and then just say, why would they be sending those soldiers to Threshold?
You know what? We're gonna go find out. I have a sneaking suspicion. Could be because there's been a little bit of intermittent violence in that area. That's not great.
Could be.
All right.
Your expressions are all very concerning.
Yeah, there's, lots of reasons why that's not great. It means bad things are coming. Let's go talk to your dad and everyone else on the council. Let's go talk to the council.
If they conscript my Hydra prospects, I'm going to be very upset.
If they can script it all, this should be. And I look over at Max because Max is the only one who was doing any kind of military stuff around here, and she was like, "They have the draft."
It seems something that his father would do.
I mean, Max, do you want to roll a history check?
Yeah, of course. Just raw on the table, I guess. Okay, here we go.
Raw.
Just raw dog. Just raw dogging it for Pride Month.
Oh god. Okay, when am I rolling history?
Yeah.
Am I smart? No.
No.
But no. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it! I'm at -1. That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah. That checks out. You don't really know. I think that military history here in Anoon is a little bit of a complicated thing because obviously there was a lot of war, but they weren't all recorded as such. The last big conflict that I think Max would be aware of just from hearing stories is probably more or less the same as what the rest of you would know about, which is to say, scrolling back here in the notes, we got
the big war that was the fake out, right?
Cauldron Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. So the last bit was the Battle of Cauldron Day, which was
That was
a big.
That was a long time ago, no?
It was a very long time ago. There have been, of course, like some conflict since then with the islands to the south, in particular. A few like internal uprisings every so often. A lord will get kind of uppity and assemble an army and think that maybe excuse me, and think that maybe they can depose the council and take the throne. That gets put down pretty quickly, but for the most part, yeah, big conflicts haven't been super prevalent in the kingdom, and I think that you would know that, especially Max, because the Azure Knights, which you were a part of, were basically the King's Guard for a very long time. And then when there stopped being a king and when there wasn't war for a very, very long time, the Azure Knights were basically like, well, shit, we don't have anything to do. I guess we'll become like an altruistic type. Yeah, but not mercenaries, because it was founded in altruism. These days, who knows?
A little different.
A little different. Yeah. But originally the ideal was basically like, we don't have anything to do. It was a little bit of like, we serve the king is the land is the king, we serve the land, and that's what they set out to do. So I think that's where your knowledge of that would come from, Max. But beyond that, on the topic of conscripts, obviously every able-bodied man was present for Cauldron Day. But since then, you don't know. I don't think that, as far as Max is aware, there's been a need for them to conscript anyone.
No. Even the Azure Knights, that was all, voluntary. You didn't have to join.
Yep.
So as long as nothing drastic has changed, that's still the case. Hopefully. And then I don't know why we're speculating. We have the ability to get direct answers.
Maybe.
Oh.
Possibly.
Right. Let's go to the castle.
Right. Quick question as you approach the keep, Calderon Keep. A couple quick questions. First and foremost, Kelly.
Yep.
Have you done anything to alter your appearance?
You mean besides the fact that I've got little wooden horns and a little gem coming out of my
Correct.
head now?
Yes. I mean, are you did you what's the word that I'm looking for? What's the fancy word for dressing yourself? You know what I mean. But are you dressed in the way that a lord or lady might be? Is there anything here that is carrying with it the weight of your new station?
I think the most. So she's probably after being in the keep and things, she's probably everything's cleaner than it usually is. It doesn't look quite as travel rough. Especially because she was in her home where all of her stuff is. Most of her stuff is. And I think probably the only thing that's different, though, is she probably would have rooted around at least for something with the actual sigil or mark of Stormhold on it that she's probably added in some capacity.
Yeah, I will say that I think your friend Corvy, I think that he had an entire wardrobe of just those black feather cloaks that he wears. And I think probably with that he would have either given you or you would have been able to find a brooch, securing brooch for the cloaks that has the sigil of Stormhold.
Yeah. I probably got Max to hem it for me because I'm significantly shorter.
True. Yeah.
Probably added a couple extra raven feathers too. just to
Ooh,
fluff it up a little bit.
Nice. Like, are
nice.
these-
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, whose are these?
Just like glancing at the ravens and what? No one's. They just fall from the sky sometimes.
Glance at the ravens, and they're just like cartoon like chickens, fully plucked.
Fully plucked. Just naked little birds.
Yeah, just naked
So
little birds.
regular ravens, raven queen ravens sewn into my cloak. Yeah.
Yeah, very normal ravens.
Very normal ravens, yeah. So it's probably that. She's just probably the cloak, and she's probably
Okay.
cleaned up, and she's not wearing the eye black that she usually does, because there's no
Okay.
real reason to do that anymore.
It's fair. It's kind of a mood,
It is kind of a mood, but
and it is Pride Month, Slay Queen. But okay, cool. You make your way up to Calderon Keep, very familiar path for you to tread. I think you sense a little bit more of that unease. Although I don't think it's that unusual given the way things felt when you left Calderon, because there was a lot of grieving still for the tragedy of the worm people.
that's one way to say it, yes.
And you're not stopping anywhere, you're just going straight there, it sounds like. So
Yeah, no, we're on
Can
a
I-
tight deadline. Oh,
Yeah. I know as Moonter, I'm going to be like popped up cloak, try to cover
Right.
myself a little bit because I do not know how people feel about Hunter. Probably not great considering last time. Could I
Also, because
Like,
there's
try
a
to
lot
stealth.
more sork. So, like,
yeah,
that is
they
also
are
true.
very
I'm gonna just have
visible.
Avalon kind
Yeah.
of circle Munter.
oh
Can
yeah,
I,
so
like-
that is not drawing attention. Yeah,
No.
yeah,
I'm like,
nobody's
I'm trying
gonna.
to stealth. Can I
Yeah.
stealth with Avalon? Like trying to blend into the crowd?
I mean, if there's like a magical like violet deer dragon circling you, you're probably gonna roll with disadvantage.
All right, so not
Stealth.
circling, but I do want Avalon to like keep an eye on.
Sure,
Okay.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll stealth. I think just with you all are an interesting and eclectic bunch. I think you are gonna have to make that roll with disadvantage.
Shit. But I am rolling with Hunter's dex, right?
With Hunter's dex, yes.
Nice. It's very good.
Let me get another 20 in here.
Here we go.
Oh man, it's another day, another streamer Raph didn't roll for any of us.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm a little worried, Raph.
We got distracted
Listen.
talking about the all-human ballroom cats AU, and
It's
Vita.
true.
What?
Sorry?
The
Did I miss
all-human
Don't tell Will, he's gonna
ballroom
Don't
cats
let
AU.
him know.
It's fine.
He can't know.
Okay.
It's actually fantastic. It's the only cats that I've even considered watching.
It's the cats that everyone should watch and then sit down and watch the movie and then realize it's a fucking masterpiece. And also I got a 16 with disadvantage. Sir.
That's good. That's a good roll.
Thank
It's a very
you.
good roll. Yeah. So you are
Thank you,
cloaked
Hunter.
up. You're cloaked up and you're able to kind of blend into the background as much as I think in this case you are able to kind of turn the how interesting everybody else looks to your advantage by just kind of like walking in their wake a little bit off to one side,
Mhm.
not drawing attention to yourself.
I'll stand near Lindsay.
That makes sense.
I am out. I'm not out front because I don't know where we're going, but I'm very close to the lady.
Okay. All right.
Just what like metal arm gleaming. Because I don't listen.
Yeah.
don't have
Listen,
any
yeah,
way
no,
to-
I mean,
No.
I don't have a way to hide that.
people are
It's-
definitely paying attention to you. And I think honestly, as you start moving through the streets at first, like when you came through the Henge Gate, not that many people were paying attention to you. People were very focused on where they were going. But now, the more you walk through the city, the more people start to recognize you and whisper and kind of follow you. People who don't have anything to do, mostly like kids at first. And then other people ask them what they're doing. Then they say that you're back. And yeah, you kind of pick up a tale of people following you to the keep. But nobody's really approaching you or saying anything. And you reach the steps. They don't seem to be willing to follow you up the steps. They kind of just like gather at the bottom, watch you ascend, prepare to disperse.
Before we stop. So
Mm.
I know you're going to need to speak to the people in there. You might also want to speak to them and just sort of point back at the crowd that's followed us. It's going to start there.
I don't have anything good to tell them.
And lie to them. Give them hope. Make them a promise we intend to keep. But how much do you want to bet that those people inside have told them nothing?
An unfair bet. You would win that.
No.
I guess I will turn back around and like halfway up the steps and look at all these people. Try not to freak out.
Got a hand on your shoulder.
I will like is that lamplighter who came to tell us about Alec here? Can I just like find one person to focus on? Is he here?
I mean, yeah, why not? The very young one? Yes.
Yes, the very young one. Lock in on him.
Okay.
So I'm not just staring at everybody because I think I'd say something real dumb. Still might say something real dumb. I think Kelly will look at him and kind of nod and say, we're gonna take care of it. And then
Somebody
oh God. Okay. Yep.
somebody calls out from the crowd when you say that and say, take care of what? What is happening? No one's told us anything.
There's unease with our neighbors, but we intend to keep them as our good neighbors. We're gonna take care of it.
Is it, somebody else calls out and says, is it to be war then?
I hope not. I won't. I won't lie and say yes or no to that. I don't get. That's a bigger question than just me and just us. But if I hope not.
And another voice calls out and says, "Then what have you come back for?"
Report what I've seen. And I'm gonna turn to go. Because I'm starting to freak out.
And I think as you start to turn, you hear one last voice that says, "Thank you for speaking to us." And you look back. I think you see that last voice was the young lamplighter. But for just a moment, the sun overhead almost makes him look familiar. Like another lamplighter that you knew once upon a time.
Okay.
That was uncalled for.
That was very rude, actually.
Why is that a bad thing?
Very
It's
sweet. It's very sweet. It's very sad.
it's very rude.
It's the first day of goddamn Pride. Okay.
Stop it.
He's
We're
coming out
supposed to be
swinging with the violence.
we're supposed to be having a good time.
I think as Kelly starts to walk up, Kira's just gonna stick behind just to watch the crowd, just to be sure. I want to see. I want to see if anyone was looking and if they've got that shifty, like, oh, I'm gonna report this.
Okay. I think make an insight check.
Fantastic. Let's go. First roll in Pride Month on my Pride die, and it was a 16 on the die, which gives us a 24.
Let's go.
Okay. The 24. I mean, 24 is really very good. I think you notice one person kind of hanging towards the back of the group. I don't know if shifty is necessarily the right term, but you see a lot of expressions on the faces of these people. You see confusion and gratitude and appreciation, apprehension, fear. The expression on this person's face is pretty inscrutable. And I think I would actually ask Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to get this wrong. What does Dion look like?
So Dion, I have a very specific mental image of Dion in my head, which is if Marissa Tomei, specifically from My Cousin Vinny, in like her late 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
That is very specifically who Dion is.
Okay.
She's not as spry as she used to be. Because she suffered a bad knee complication, which is why she kind of like no longer was active in the crew. She was just doing like den mother shit. But that is who that woman is to me. That is my fake aunt.
Gotcha.
So you see that person.
Okay. I'm going to give her a nod.
Okay. I don't think you get anything back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna head inside.
Yeah. You all turn and you head inside. The one thing that I will say is that when you turn away, when the lamplighter says thank you, you hear a whole chorus of thank yous. Not in time, not in a creepy way, but just like people from the crowd start thanking you.
Yeah.
Kelly's gonna just like go up the stairs at a little faster pace, and she's like, "This is why he didn't talk to anybody. This is why he fucking kept his fucking mouth shut all the fucking time."
And I think as you reach the doors, the large double doors at the front of the keep, and push them open, you see not a huge number of people standing around inside, but a fair number of them, most of them, staff, kind of just like looking through the windows, taking in the crowd. They look at you as you step in, and they almost seem to be kind of hypnotized. You look very different between the antlers and the little seed in your forehead and the cloak and all of that.
Avalon.
Yeah, people look at you and they seem to forget themselves for a moment. It's not fear, but they
I don't like it. Stop
there are
fucking looking at
suddenly
me.
there are suddenly footsteps on the marble floor coming down the stairs, and that seems to sort of break the spell that everybody kind of scatters and starts returning to their responsibilities, whatever they were doing. And I think you would look up and you would see Mirden Wilt coming down the stairs. His expression is somewhere between happy to see you and confused and angry.
It's kind of perfectly encapsulates most of my feelings about this man too.
Mm-hmm.
Council in session right now, or do you have a minute?
No, the council is not in session.
When will they be again? Later today? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. We've received your announcement. Word has been spent.
Good. I don't have to explain myself. Great. Means we can talk.
I didn't say that. There will be questions.
Fine. But that's secondary. We have, and like she like gestures to like between it, we have to talk.
Right. Yes. Of course we do.
Mirrodin. This is Kira. He was a member of the Raging Mammoths with us.
Welcome to Calderon.
Thanks.
This is Lindsay Ardane. This is Mance's son I told you about.
What?
Remember before we left when I said maybe, and we were like, maybe because he had taken the sand, maybe there's like a sleeper agent inside of him. Maybe we should have somebody watch him. And I said, well, his son's not doing anything. Well, here's his son.
You didn't say anything about a sleeper agent.
That's because I was going to tell you when we got here. We're here now.
Oh. Okay.
And this is Max Miller.
Hey,
So can we please go talk?
What have you done?
It's more like what's been done to us. And the answer is a lot.
Oh, and this is Avalon?
That she did.
Hello, Avalon. We can talk in my office. And as you start walking, he will say, we're doing kind of a West Wing Aaron Sorkin walk and talk.
Oh,
You know? You should prepare yourself. Mance isn't going to let you on the council without a fight. He will
What?
try to call into legitimacy your claim.
Well, there are several witnesses. I brought one of them with me. My title change is legitimate.
It's less about whether you won the fight. It's more about trying. You will almost certainly use this as a opportunity to try to delegitimize the laws of Stormhold itself, which are admittedly out of line with the rest of the kingdoms.
Kira is one of the people that Mansar Dane sold to that man under Lamplighter Tower. There's a question of anyone's legitimacy in place on the council. It's his.
But he was acquitted.
Doesn't matter. If he's going to call my legitimacy into question, I'll call his in. If he wants to fight, I will fight him, Mirden.
What I'm saying, Kelly, is that he's not going to attack you. He's going to attack the laws itself to try to have them changed. He's going to argue that it's irresponsible for the kingdom to let one of its leaders, one of its seats on the council be determined in a trial by combat.
That's why when I'm done talking to you, I have to talk to Marius.
Very well. I don't have to tell you to be cautious with that one.
You certainly do not.
He lets you into his study, which is just as cluttered as it has always been, and takes a look around the room, and his eyes maybe only linger on Lindsay for a fraction of a second longer than the rest of you before he says,
I mean, Lindsay would immediately be like, should I stay in the hallway?
when you say that, he will look to Kelly with a raised eyebrow as if to say without saying, are you sure about this?
Come in, Lindsay.
I can be very quiet. You won't even know I'm here.
Jesus Christ.
Surprisingly adept at that.
I would rather his father not know quite yet that he's here. If I can help it.
Well, we all have our talents. Right. Come in. Tell me what the fuck has happened to you.
think we should probably start with the order of things.
I sent you south to try to negotiate some sort of peace, or at least figure out what it is that's making Neon so aggressive.
We've certainly found that. The Dagda himself. The physical flesh. He took Max and is holding him bodily underground to try and to forcibly compel us to bring him the cauldron. To find and bring him the cauldron. Wait, don't interrupt. To find and bring him the cauldron. I let this creature lead me into the woods and bury me in the dirt, where I spoke to the embodiment of the planet itself. It gave me this seed. It took away something from me. So now I'm carrying this within me to try and help break the Dagda's hold. Hunter became the new speaker, which is why Hunter, and I gesture at Hunter, which is why Hunter looks like this now. Then, as we were traveling, we realized something was wrong in Stormhold, and we were being compelled to go there. Wayne ran into his family. There was a keening. I don't think he got very good news. He seemed very strange about all of it. We got to Stormhold, and the Raven Queen was presiding over it. She has agreed to assist us with a coup. She's agreed to assist us with a coup. Hunter couldn't return to his body after. So she made an exchange. Hence, Max Miller.
Hey.
The Morgan told us of another Danan who gave up their immortality, lost it, and that is the thing that she has sent us on to find, because that's the only way we can stop the Dagda. We have to do that and then get the cauldron to her. And then the Dagda sent Wayne back. He said he's not going home, but you are. He sent Wayne back. He tried to take control of Tempest, of the Thunderbird. And Wayne stopped him. This is all the Dagda's doing. The whole conflict with the Orn, all the weird weather things that are happening. It's all his fault. Everything that happened to Hunter, everything that happened to Max, it's all his fault. What he did to Wayne, reason why I did this in the first place. And I gesture at my head and the antlers, and I gesture at the cloak. Have you ever heard of a Dion Katz? Dion Chatz? I don't remember how the Morgan said it, but
Yes. I remember them. Do you remember when I first spoke to you of the Danan and their obsession with life, with humanity, and free will, emotions, everything that makes people into people?
I mean, yes, I was still pretty disgusted by your existence, but yes, I listened.
Was that was more true for Cact than it was for any of the others. It was an all-consuming obsession. It created monsters. In an attempt to understand the formula, recreate the experiment. I think, Kira, your passive insight is high enough that when Mirden says that, his eyes flick to you, and then realizing that he's looked to you and that you have seen him do so, he says, "Monster was a poor choice of words." Your people
We're the experiment.
they didn't ask to be created. None of them did. And you were abandoned. In the aftermath.
So, the one who gave up their divinity was the one that created us.
Yes.
So, you mean our progenitor's been here the whole time?
No. No, I sent all of the Danan to... He gestures at Kelly and Munter. Earth. But they must have found a way back before the rest of their kin. While everyone else slumbered.
We have to find them. We have to know what they did.
I'm not certain that you do.
You need to clarify that. We don't need to find him, or we don't need to ask him what they did, because you know.
The spell that brought you all here, across the world, that freed the Danan, woke them from their slumber, and made it possible for them to come back, hinged on the fact that they had created progeny. That each of them had sired a bloodline, and then down through the generations until finally it coalesced with the 5 of you and pulled you together into that time and that place. Everyone else knows who they're descended from. You said it was an abacus.
Don't do this to me right now. Yes.
So-
Yes, it was.
So you're descended from Diane Kex.
So then if we don't need to find them, we just need to figure out what they did. What do you need from me to do that? Do you need my blood? Do you need me to bleed? What do you want?
I'm saying that it would not surprise me if they had already found you. If they've been here for longer than you. If they've been mortal. That they may have sought you out. Can you think of anyone?
Yes, maybe.
I don't like that face, Kelly.
I gesture at Munter. And also Lindsay, because he lived in Kalefell. Dion, Rue, when I joined the crew, and I didn't really join. I was sort of like it's a press gang initiation type of thing into it. They don't. I wasn't supposed to be a member of the Kalefell circle. I belonged to Calderon, but
There is one thing that we have seen from the Danan. It's that, for whatever reason, they want you all close to them.
Kelly, I'm relieved that you explained that, because for one moment I thought you were going to say that myself and them were your parents. I'm very confused
No, Lindsay.
by this conversation.
What is wrong with you, dude? What
Lindsay.
is wrong
How
with
did
you?
you get there? How did you get there?
I just meant you've met them too.
Yes, I got
Lindsay,
that.
they've sewn
Okay.
they've closed holes in your shirts.
They have
Okay.
they have been very helpful.
So, do we need to go to Califell?
I don't know. We can't keep adding trips. We have to do things here.
Okay.
Oh my god, I left Robin with her.
But she's mortal, right?
mhm.
Robin's,
She doesn't have any of her powers or
Not
I
necessarily
don't know.
the
She's
case.
always just been normal to me.
Okay. All right. I guess just because I'm the only one that hasn't met her, what does she look like?
So, did you ever see the movie My Cousin Vinny?
What year?
I'm
did that
sure
come
Mirrodin has
out?
like a VHS somewhere.
I think I actually have a copy of that right here.
Perfect. It came out in 1992, so technically Kelly has never seen My Cousin Vinny.
He did come back after you all.
He did.
Might have had time to see My Cousin Vinny.
It's been apparently
One of our many
it's apparently
days.
been 30 years in Ohio.
Yeah,
He has
years.
I didn't bring that up. I forgot to bring that up.
Does Max know that? I
tell
don't think I do.
Nope.
That was
Max is on the
revealed
ground.
before I
That
was
was
pulled in.
afterwards.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good thing I didn't bring that up. Look at
Oh,
Kira and just be
no.
like, oh
Oh no.
no. I didn't say that. No. But even if it had just been 10 years, he still would have seen it. There's no way he didn't see My Cousin Vinny. Kelly describes.
So true.
Kelly describes the unreal.
And that description sounds very familiar.
She was
Hey.
in charge of. She's the whole reason I was involved with Barrow in the first place. Her whole thing was smuggling supplies in and keeping as many people whose families were both inside and outside of Barrow connected.
So she's mortal. She's tried to denounce
She's here.
Ferdinand. What?
You don't have
Excuse
to
me?
you don't have to make another trip. She's here. I saw her in the Lindsay. Lindsay like
Is Dion checked in the room with us right now?
I'm obsessed with Lindsay, dude.
No, I mean, that was
love it.
perfect. My cat just made an ungodly sound. But yes, I think
She's like,
Lindsay
"Oh, no."
does that. To, like, looks around. Where is she in this room?
not in the room, Lindsay. When you address the crowd, I saw her. She was the only one that had no expression.
She had an expression.
No, she didn't.
It was just
It's good.
inscrutable.
Inscrutable. There's no expression.
Well,
There's nothing.
or there was too many expressions for you to pick one out.
I don't believe that. That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
I'm very insightful. I didn't
That's
get anything
fair.
from her. She gave me
You got to
nothing.
24. You have to
Oh,
be some
give
kind
us
of
nothing,
god
girl.
to not be able to give anything away on a 24.
Rude.
But you're not a god anymore, right? Am I not understanding
Well,
this?
she's not she's not immortal anymore.
Right, she's not immortal.
We don't know the details. We don't know if that means that she is powerless or she still retains some connection to the bride.
We've all been able to reach out and contact the Danon that are linked with us. Is there... I mean, I know she's here physically, but
Again, not in the
it might
room
take
mentally.
some time to find her. So maybe you could try to...
Yes and no. If she's in the city, she's staying probably with the tailor shop, and if she's in the city, one thing at a time.
If this person cared for you for the last 10 years and you had some kind of magical connection, I think you would have felt it.
I don't know. I couldn't do magic. I didn't really believe in like all of that until after I came out of Barrow. She didn't want me to go, but she still let me.
No, but these connections didn't exist until the Danon came here back to Anun while you were here. But Dion was already here.
For
It
years.
stands to reason that you would have felt it. I'm not saying we should assume that she's powerless. But that does seem to imply that she is mortal, truly mortal.
mortal enough that her siblings can't find her.
That's the other part, yes. The doctor would never let such a glaring weakness exist if he could help it. Her very existence is poison to him.
And that is what we need.
I'd say so.
Okay. So, Kelly, you mentioned wanting to speak to Marius.
Yes, I need to try to bring him on side before tomorrow.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Do you want to speak to Dion first?
I guess that leads me to a question. Has the Barrow contingent made their new home in their embassy, or are they still here?
Construction on the embassy continues. They're still here. In the same wing they were in before. I don't remember if it was east or west.
It's been like 4 days, right? Or has it been like 1,000 years?
It
It's
hasn't
been
been
like-
1,000 years. It's been like a couple weeks, I
I was
think.
gonna say,
It's been
I
a
think it's
couple
been like
weeks.
3.
Yeah.
Not quite a full month, but
The council is meeting tomorrow because Mantar Dane is not here
where is he?
on some sort of business.
I could try to find him.
He is on his way back. I can promise you he's not going to sit by and let Kelly join the council. Not without a fight.
If he calls for a vote, I think maybe I have Tamberly. I'd have to check.
My instinct is that you are correct. I believe you would have at least Tamberly, myself.
And how many people are on the council?
It's a great question. I
I
don't remember.
I hate these
Like,
meetings.
is two a good number to have? Or
I hate these meetings. I dissociate the whole time.
It's not ideal. Having 3 votes in total, probably not the best.
It's
Hmm.
not ideal, but I do think at least several more will vote along just by virtue of being traditionalists. Mance isn't going to go after you personally. He's going to go after the laws.
Tamberley had some friends on the council who I could also speak to.
And he does not like Mance Ardain.
From what I remember, not everyone did in the first place.
No. But many of them like his money.
So we rob him.
No,
No?
absolutely not. Now we could see which way he's coming into town.
Do Lindsay's ears perk up when somebody mentions robbing?
Yes, absolutely. Lindsay's like, oh, we're talking about robbing.
We're talking
We're talking about money. Here you go.
I mean,
the guy who steals your boots isn't here.
right. If his wagon happens to break down on the way here, that's
Or if he stumbles upon his son.
If they've already held the vote for him once, they'll hold it again, and we can't really.
we can't
And
afford
he
to wait.
will return at some point because you wouldn't be planning on murdering him.
I would never kill your father in cold blood, Lindsay.
I'd want to do it with my bare hands.
Those
And
aren't
like
your
Lindsay
hands.
just stares at your hands.
Those aren't your hands.
Right, exactly. So I kind of have to wait.
What platform did my father run on to get his seat on the council?
It's not a democracy. Your father's very wealthy.
So you can buy your way in, but you can't fight your way in.
Interesting.
That hence
It's
my
not a
question.
democracy. You don't. Okay, look. There's not an election. You don't campaign for yourself. You can be nominated by other members of the council,
And who
and then a
nominated
vote
him?
takes place.
Who nominated him?
What? He says a name. One of the
We
one
gotta
of the
kill that guy. You gotta
one of the
know.
aforementioned council members who likes his money. Someone he clearly paid.
It's this. Mansardane
So-
has money, but Marius has money and industry. So again,
So then, can
and he
we
voted for
just
Mance on the last time.
can you just vote Kelly in?
If you thought that, okay, if he delegitimizes Stormhold's lordship, then there would be an open seat on the council. It would retroactively affect your place. At that point, we could nominate Kelly, but only if there were enough people to vote that we're sure about.
You have to speak to Marius.
The safer route would be to battle the law changing. Right now, you're in a much stronger position than if we were to attempt to nominate Kelly the regular way.
Okay.
Politics is hard. I feel like we should just rob him. Say he got no money now.
He's now my political opponent, and that's frowned upon.
I would be happy to take the personal hit, seeing as how he got me arrested and then sold me.
Yes, but you're my cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess kind of.
You're all kind of cousins, except for Lindsay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I think technically, with things out in the open as they are, Kelly and Kira are much more closely
Right.
related.
Well,
Right.
it depends. I mean, created doesn't necessarily mean
You can't take
fucked.
this away from us. This is my
Okay.
cousin.
My cousin.
This
And
is
not
my
my play
cousin.
cousin neither.
I'm just saying these connections are so distant that, like, if y'all start claiming cousin, that also kind of technically makes Max and Hunter cousins by the
Shut
same.
up,
Listen.
shut up, 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 shut up.
It's legal in some places. Think North Carolina.
Sure it is. Getting real Game of Thrones with this fantasy epic.
House of Dragon style.
Mm,
Where's my pencil? Here we go.
Happy Pride. I don't know why I said that. Anyway.
Happy Pride.
No.
You can't just say the most heinous things known to God and then tack on Happy Pride. You
I don't know
can't
why.
do that.
It's not
I don't know
okay.
why I said that.
It's the brain.
Quick
The brain rot.
Lola.
It is
The
the
pride
brain
brain
rot.
rot
Excuse me.
already started.
Oh, it is the brain rot. So,
Okay.
you want to speak to Marius. You want to speak to Dion.
Mhm.
And Mance is returning. Council will likely meet tomorrow, once everyone has arrived.
All right, I will go speak with Marius.
What would you like us to do?
Not kill or rob anyone.
I wasn't
or-
really talking to you. I was talking to the queen.
Don't. No. Don't speak that evil
She's a
onto
lady.
me.
She's a lady.
I am Lady Blackwing.
Lady Queen.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. You should maybe stay out of politics, Munter.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm not even going to deny it.
What do you need? What do you need from me?
Sorry, was that question directed towards me, or are you still asking Kelly?
I don't know who you are.
Okay, well, I'm sort of the most legendary hero that this entire world has, and
Be
it's
careful
fine.
around him. He's a pervert.
Yeah, I'm not on the market, so I don't really care. Sorry. No, that was not to you. Kelly,
Yes.
what do you need from me?
Right now, I think Marius is strange. I don't know if it would be good or bad to bring you all with me because he is just a weird little guy and he will probably try to find some way to get his hooks into you. So it might be better. If we can find out more about what's going on with the people of the city. They don't know anything. But if we can find out what they think they know.
Okay. Do you want me to try and find Dion?
I think she will be at the tailor shop, but I don't know now if that's right. The tailor shop where we spoke before we left the first time. But if you can confirm that, that would make things a lot easier for the after.
Okay. I think Kira will grab his mammoth jersey and sort of replace it because he's currently got on his threshold Hydra. But if he's going to be going out in this town, he might as well rock the one that people will most readily recognize.
Could just be a very minor magical item where you can like change it.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Just pop that a little bit, change
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
A question real quick. Maybe over the table, maybe not. Who all knows that the Danon are back? Just us and Mirrodin?
No, everybody.
Everybody.
Yep.
Ever since
So everybody's aware of the Dagda. They don't necessarily understand the threat level yet.
I don't think they knew that the Dagda was there in like I don't think people knew that the Dagda is not working with, because he's not working with the Orn, but is with the Orn. But everyone saw. Why am I blanking on his name?
The Huntsman.
Everyone
Yes.
saw the Huntsman, and everyone knows what he was.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So they know that. So like the people probably don't know that the Dagda is with the Orn, but they do know that the Danon are back in some capacity.
Okay. Should we...
Also, you being Max did yell a lot about the Raven Queen in Kalefell when we first rolled up to it. In the public square, you name dropped her a fucking ton.
Did I?
You were accusing Robin's best friend of being the Raven Queen. Remember the little girl?
Oh, that's true. No, yeah.
You
Max
were
is like, I'm still
talking about
pretty
Clara,
sure
my
she was.
nemesis.
Yeah.
Clara.
You've been to me.
Okay. Cool. In that case,
yeah.
Should we start since we're going out into the crowds, is there something you would like us to share with them?
Don't want to scare people. I don't want to tell them that the Orn are being controlled in a way that will make them be afraid of them.
Doesn't necessarily have to be about that. This could be an anti-Mance.
What kind of
whisper?
I mean, if you want to
campaign.
shit talk Mance, you have very legitimate reasons to do that are separate from this. Again, he abducted members of his own team to rig the game. That's shitty on the first level. And then underneath of that, he sold them into intense experimentation underneath Lamplighter Tower. That's the truth. There's nothing wrong with telling people that.
You said Tambley was a merchant?
Tamberley? Yeah.
Tamberley. Sorry. What part of town is he in?
You want his address?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll give you the address for like his estate. He's very wealthy.
Oh, okay.
He's also pretty young.
Okay, was that? Never mind. So we should probably get going.
Hmm.
You have some creepy little guy to talk to.
He's not that little. He's like my undead parental figure.
So is your dad?
He's your dead dad? Like, what?
He's the one who like physically ripped my soul out of my body and then like kept me
Not
around for a little
ripped.
while.
He extracted your soul with surgical precision.
Gently caressed your soul out of your body.
I don't know. He's
Scooped.
he's also my fiance's boss, so it's weird. It's weird, Kira. It's weird.
Kelly, given
He's your
that, do you want me
father-in-law
to stay
and
with
your
you?
father at the same time.
I'm my own grandpa, plays in the distance.
Horrifying.
Lindsay, hear me out. I would really love if you could not go with Kelly in this moment.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because here's the
I
thing.
know what it's like to talk to a parental figure.
Do you?
I think
Do you?
To talk to a parental figure? Yes. To have a conversation with a parental figure?
Yeah, to have
No.
them care and respond.
Yeah.
have it be productive.
You are surprisingly charming in a way that I have not yet quantified. So I think it would be good to have you with us while we speak to people out on the street, gather information.
That makes sense. I would not want to give them the wrong information, though, because I do not think I understand at all what is happening here.
Just maybe why don't you take him with you?
Mm.
China Kelly?
No.
Thank God.
Anyone else?
We could leave him here with
Leave it with
Brandon.
you.
I mean, you could probably keep him up to date.
I have a contingency plan to look into.
Always busy like my father.
Lindsay,
Bit of a last resort.
maybe you should go see if one of your brothers are in town. You should go see your brothers.
There's more of them?
Oh, Lindsay's the youngest.
Of two. Say two.
Three?
She said brothers. She said brothers. Oh.
Probably 3. You made this character.
No, it is 3. I'm telling you, it's 3.
Okay.
I am actively
Okay.
telling you it's 3. He has 3 There are 3 ordained children. Lindsay is the youngest.
That we know of.
That we know. Well,
It's true.
3 public
Legitimate.
children.
The youngest
Let me
legitimate.
tell you about the Ardain family real quick. Lindsay's mother does not live in Kalefell. Lindsay's mother is living on a on an allowance and a steady supply of wine outside
In the Southern
of the
Isles.
city.
Oh, she's
Damn.
she's living her best life. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
living off of Mansardain as far away from Mansardain as she can. Mance employs his oldest 2 sons to do business for him throughout the kingdom, and he just leaves Lindsay alone at home, which is why Lindsay wanders vacantly through the kingdom and is thus always on the road and thus always easy to rob. Canonically, that's why Lindsay's always in the street. Nobody is at home.
Oh.
I love that for him.
The
I'm
more
just
I
looking
hear-
for a new parental
Enough for
figure and
him.
getting thrown all over the place. Thought it could be Mirden.
Sorry, are you certain you've never heard of me? I'm sort of the biggest legendary
on
figure
that?
on two worlds, both this
You're
one
still on
and
that?
theirs. No one's ever took. There were books, there were movies.
I've heard of you.
I'm
Thank you.
not from Earth.
It's not a compliment.
Right. Just feels like somebody would have mentioned it.
Oh well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
to be fair, when we speak of you, we don't use your name. So Wayne has actually probably talked to Kira about you,
Yeah.
just not by your name.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're a big deal then.
On two worlds. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Again, books, movies,
My apologies.
films.
I was born to monsters. So we don't really have books and movies like that.
Did apologize for that.
Oh, I feel like you need to do it again.
Yeah, but you
I am
still said
sorry.
it.
I did say it, and I apologize.
Okay. Well, thank you, Meriden. I appreciate that.
Sounds like we all have our assignments.
I suppose we do.
All right.
All right, Lindsay. Munter.
Just one last thing. Can I leave him here?
Hmm.
I point down to Avalon.
Like, looks around the desk. Avalon.
Hell yeah.
I suppose.
I don't know how well they'll do in the city, and
No, yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a good idea. He's not gonna. He's housebroken, right?
yes, but he will bite as a warning.
That's great. I'm not gonna touch him. So. Okay. Well, go team.
Mm.
Hmm.
Am I part of the team?
Yes, Lindsay. You're a part of the team.
I think that is where we're gonna take a break. So don't go away. We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you real soon. Is this more a panini? Technically?
Do you
It's a
do you
sandwich.
press it on a pan?
Well, you press it. That's
you don't
the thing.
apply any heat to the graham crackers, though.
No, that's true. But you do
It's a
heat the
sandwich.
contents and press them together.
I think it's more of a sandwich, not.
It's a sandwich.
Like a hot sandwich. It's like a hot sub from Publix.
Okay. Love a pub sub.
We do love a pub sub.
I haven't thought about that in so long.
Pub subs?
Yeah.
I think about it more than I'm proud to admit.
I miss them, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck Publix.
I live
But
here.
True.
And I truly. That was my first job, actually. Publix.
Publix?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Publix in Gainesville, it was hard to get a job there. Everybody worked there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard.
True that. But yeah, it was the first one, and then I switched over to Arby's across the street, well, down the street, and then I moved over to Applebee's. It was the best host in that goddamn restaurant.
Hell yeah.
Showing them what's for.
So Q,
What's up?
what you're saying then is that you were the pub sub.
No, why are you?
I think you're muted or you noise gated yourself. I didn't hear any of that.
I said I was the pub switch.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Did Mirden ever I was thinking about this. Did Mirden ever talk about the TV and movies and things like that in books?
No, because we.
No. It's a little lag.
The only person who spent any
little lag.
significant time with him after we came back was Max, but it was only strictly training.
It's true. Max doesn't ask any
it was only-
questions.
Yeah.
It's true.
Every time Wayne and I spoke to Mirrodin, we spoke to Mirrodin together, and it was always strictly business. Except that one time when Mirrodin came to Kelly's door with a lamplighter and was like, "Hey, we want to talk to you about Lindsay Ardane," and then I went down and not about Mance Ardane, and I slapped him. I slapped Mance Ardane, but Wayne did show up for that. Wayne saw me
That's
in the
fair.
hallway and joined. So yeah, I've never spoken. And no, we don't. We had a professional, polite relationship and a lot of tension. I do
We all
remember
figured it out.
cussing him out.
What movies he's in?
Yeah. What he's talking about, that what he's referencing?
Bible?
No, I think now that he said it out loud, now maybe Kelly will start thinking about it, but I don't think it's a thought she ever had right up until he said it. So
I'm asking about y'all at the table.
The
What does
Cast
he look like?
2019?
Huh?
No, it's not Cats 2019. What does he look like?
He's tall.
Plausible.
And he's tall and slender and more lean, I guess, than slender. He has long graying hair.
Mhm.
I think when you saw him, he had when he came to anew, and he had stubble that was growing into a salt and pepper beard, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I
So
mean-
is it Merlin?
I was gonna say, besides King Arthur and Merlin, I
Merlin.
don't know if there's
Yeah.
anything that immediately jumps out to me. I'd have to
No,
think
yeah,
about
that's
it.
what it was. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I just wasn't sure if anybody had made the connection because I don't think we
Oh,
ever
yeah.
said it.
Yeah, no,
Explicitly.
absolutely.
Yes,
No, we got it.
I hadn't made the connection, so I appreciate that we're all coming together at this table
Yeah.
right now and talking about it. If I
Mirden
didn't-
is actually the Welsh name for Merlin.
Okay.
You're-
I was gonna say, if there's one thing that I know a lot about, it's Arthurian literature for no good reason. For no good reason.
Mhm.
It's like my mom exposed me to a lot of Shakespeare growing up, and then one day she straight up to my sister's face said, she's like, "I don't understand a lot of Shakespeare. I don't understand any of it except for this one play." And we're like, "You made us read and watch a lot of Shakespeare." And she's like, "Yes, but that was for your education."
And that's why you do get it.
She's like, "I didn't get it, so I made sure you did."
But yeah, diving back in,
Jesus.
y'all put your hands in. You pumped 3 times, said go team. And then set off to your respective assignments. So what I'm tracking is that Kelly was going to go look for Dion.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Kelly's
That
going
was-
to speak to Marius.
Right, sorry,
Marius
Marius
first.
first. Yeah, Marius first. And then the 3 of you were going to try to talk to folks around Calderon, basically.
And see if
Mhm,
Dion
yeah.
is where I think she is.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's Calderon
Team A.
check to see if Dion is where Kelly thinks she is.
Yeah.
And then Tamberley.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Well, then, I think we'll start with Kelly, since you're right here in Calderon Keep.
Yes, I would sit up more, but there's a cat sleeping in my lap, so.
That's fine. That's fine. So you set out for the wing that has been designated for the contingent from Barrow. And obviously it doesn't take you long because you're just going to a different part of the keep. But
A part of the keep I'm familiar with.
it's true. It's true. As you start to approach it, you notice the decor changing. You've been here before, so you know that a lot of the portraits and things like that, works of art that are up on the walls, have been taken down to make this more comfortable? Question mark.
Mhm.
For the Barrow emissaries. Whether this was done in anticipation or by request, you're not sure about, but the light definitely is lower here as well. This is definitely not as well lit. There are heavy curtains that have been added over the windows of the keep. It's a lot more shadowy. And where are you going looking for Marius? The time that you ran into him was just kind of in the drawing room of this wing one night where he sat by the fire.
And I think I will start there unless I see anybody in the hall who I can directly speak to. I am realizing that I might have to speak to somebody about maybe waking him up. I don't know. It's the daytime.
That's true.
It's the daytime, and he's a weird little vampire.
Creature of the night.
But also, if they're keeping it low and dark in here, he probably can be up. He was up when we were in Barrow, so like he can be.
It's true.
It's just a question of
true.
if he is.
Correct.
So I will start in the common area before I start knocking on doors.
I think it's fair to say you poke your head into the common area, take a look around. You don't see him, but just like always, whenever you've seen this place, there's a roaring fire in the fireplace. And I think as you glance around, you know where Edmund's quarters are.
I do. I sure do. Quick question: is that fucking music box still here?
You don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I will start with Edmund's quarters because I know exactly which door that is.
And you knock on that door, you don't receive a reply immediately. Do you want to open it?
Can I roll a perception check first to see if I hear anything?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Or I was a thief at one point. I don't just go opening doors.
That's fair. Yeah, roll a perception check.
17 plus 7, so a lot.
24.
24.
Yeah. Okay. You don't hear anything from the other side of the door. But I think you do hear the barest whisper of footsteps from behind you.
Turn, I'll be super casual about it.
And I think you see, as you turn, Marius Ingevir standing there in the hallway, dressed much the same as the last time you saw him, in that kind of unsettlingly modern cut of suit, almost looking like halfway between like Victorian era royalty and like Wolf of Wall Street. And he looks a little impressed when you turn around. Says, Well, Miss Violet, I see your time on the road has not diminished your abilities. I forget myself. I'm sorry. Should I say Lady Blackwing?
I think we're past all that, don't you?
I've always felt that there was a certain mutual respect between us. Not one diminished by familiarity.
Well, in that case, hopefully this conversation will be productive. Could we please go sit?
Of course. The same place during our last conversation.
Unless there's something that you want to say that you're worried about people hearing, I don't see why not.
Not at all. I have nothing to hide. I'm afraid your beloved Edmund is not here presently. He returned to Barrow on some business.
Let's see. Well, I will just leave a note for him then.
Of course. So let us have a seat and discuss why it is you came here. There have been so many developments in your life. You know, I consider myself something of a mentor to you. So it's very gratifying to see how high you've climbed.
It does cast a bit of a reflection upon you. That is true, which is why I'm hoping you won't let other people undermine it.
You are, of course, speaking of tomorrow's council meeting. It's a short agenda.
It's my rights to the seat that's at stake.
Indirectly, yes. And you want my support.
I do.
Well, that is interesting. You understand, of course, that means that I am at something of an impasse. I have a difficult decision to make ahead of me because, of course, I want nothing more than to see you succeed and reach your full potential. And to that end, I would be more than happy to support your claim to the lordship of Stormhold. But once you have that seat, I imagine that it is your intention to subvert the impending war.
War doesn't serve you as much as you think it would.
I am a man of business and of industry. Historically speaking, war is very good for business. Considering that I am in the industries of both death and weaponry.
If we go to full all-out war, And instead of going with what me and my friends intend to do to stop it, you will lose. And the winner will have no need for you or either of your industries.
That is, of course, assuming that I have not already secured assurances from both sides of the conflict. That no matter who wins.
You are a sick son of a.
Gonna kill that dog.
Oh my god, you're a sick.
I've
He's
looked.
the bad guy.
All the bad guys.
Thanks,
Hello.
thanks,
Yes.
Pookie. Hey there, stranger. Thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome on in. Here we are, doing our thing. That is, of course, assuming that I have not secured assurances from both sides of the conflict that no matter who wins, Barrow will profit.
I have looked the doctor directly in his beady little eyes, and I can promise you, whatever promise or deal he made, he's not going to keep.
And what promises are you prepared to make me?
Your status quo. If we go to war, you maybe Barrow limps along for a few more years, but it won't be with you.
Well, Barrow wasn't of this world originally. I wonder how many others there are out there where it might find a home. Maybe even yours, perhaps.
You won't do well there.
I'm not making threats. I'm simply listing my options.
I'm just telling you the facts. You would not thrive where I'm from.
Perhaps not. But there are other worlds as well.
So you would stake rather your confidence on being a big fish in a new pond when there's a very easy chance that anywhere else you go, you could lose it.
Well, it's certainly not ideal, but the circumstance of...
Your options are keeping what you have or no sure thing, Marius. No guarantee.
Those are only my options if I think that you can win.
It's fair, but I have survived and done a lot of things on audacity and spite and belief.
But you understand my predicament. If I back you and you lose, then Barrow suffers.
You have to understand that that hurts me as well.
Elaborate.
If I lose, here's the thing, Marius. Here's the thing. This war might come no matter what I do, no matter which way we vote. It might still come. The only thing that I'm really asking is to delay us starting it. There are people still alive in Barrow. There are people who will suffer if I don't succeed. In ways that maybe aren't the same way you think Barrow will suffer. But I'm still invested in that. If you're so confident in whatever deal you've made, then letting me have more time, allegedly, yes, your alleged deals, then letting us have more time to do what we want to try to do doesn't actually hurt you. If anything, it gives you more time to fearmonger and build the capital for man-hour and material.
Such a waste. You would have done so well in sales. What are you saying, Q?
Agreeing with JD, who said, fuck this man. I said 1000%. Fuck this guy.
Hate this man. Hey, settle down. Settle down. You're okay. You're okay. All right.
What you are asking me for this time is relatively simple. And as such, I would ask for very little in return. I will vote with you regarding securing your spot on the council, honoring the traditions of Stormhold. And in exchange, the only thing I ask for is your written assurance that when I ask you in the future to vote with me, you will do so.
What is it you could possibly want?
Well, I'm sure I don't know. I couldn't possibly predict what matters may come before the council in the future. But it certainly seems a fair exchange, doesn't it? A vote for a vote.
And how do you want that written? In my blood?
I'm not a barbarian, Lady Blackwing. Only your name will need to be signed in blood. In fact, I happen to have such a document right here.
You are prepared.
I suddenly thought I might be hearing from you soon. I'd like for us to be political allies. Stormhold and Barrow are neighbors, after all.
Your position on the council is not unlike mine as well. You got the option to take this seat from combat just as much as I did. The only difference is I did the fighting myself. So,
Yes.
technically, I've already given you a gift.
And I held up my end of that bargain. I'd hardly call it a gift.
No, the leadership of Barrow was the bargain. The seat on the council is the gift.
It's funny, I don't seem to recall you being at all involved in that.
I was very busy that night. I was very active in these streets.
I seem to recall that Mansard Dane felt that it would be politically expedient to give Barrow a seat at the table. So,
How has working with him been? Is he
he's
rational and coherent?
certainly not. And I don't enjoy his company nearly as much as I enjoy yours. But if we're being technical, if I owe that seat to anyone, it would be to him.
Where is the pen, Marius?
Reaches into the same breast pocket that he produced the paper from, pulls out a pen, which is a fountain pen. Appears to be carved from some pale, whitish, porous substance. Maybe ivory.
Human ivory, human bone? Is that what this is?
Hard to say.
Little freak.
But he will slide the paper across the table to you. It's folded up, as well as the pen.
And Kelly will unfold it, read through it once. I assume it is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A vote for a vote. It just reads that upon request, you will vote in alignment with the representative from Barrow.
Well, if I lose, I don't have to live up to anything.
It just says the representative from Barrow.
It would name Marius.
You
I
said
had this
representative
thought.
from Barrow.
I had this thought. I mean, it is definitely written to be transferable. So I think it would note like Marius Ingavir or an elected replacement.
Yeah, I guess then Kelly will, dig the point of the pen into the pad of her thumb to get some blood out.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, is the pen gonna just suck my own blood out? What's happening here?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's
Rude.
gonna do that.
Ugh.
It's gonna do that. Yeah, you feel sort of a prickling sensation. It's not exactly painful. It's just kind of a weird sort of itching below the surface of your skin. And when you press it to the page, it writes in blood. Presumably, your blood.
Hopefully. All right. She will set the pen down, kind of condescendingly like blow on the ink to make sure it's dry before she hands it back.
Welcome to politics, Lady Blackwing.
I understand why my predecessor abstained as often as he could.
The luxury afforded to him by his lack of convictions. It's my firm belief that what we really need on the council are people like yourself who care about the people they represent and doing the right thing.
So you are having a great time here.
I am, as you would say, in my element. Are you prepared to deal with the opposition?
All Mance has is money and a loud voice.
I'm not certain that's all he has.
Something changed while I've been away?
Your business is, of course, your business, and I would never make any aspersions as to your character. But if someone who had been appointed to the council were somehow shown to be morally compromised, or perhaps having a checkered past, it could incentivize other members to vote against them. If one could produce proof of criminal activities. They often say that the people of Stormhold are barely better than thieves and murderers. But in your case, they might attempt to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I do feel for you and your people deeply, as they say unkind things about my home as well. Horribly untrue things.
I appreciate the warning.
Not at all. What is it they say where you're from? The devil you know?
I'm sure you have other things to get to. I have other things to see to.
Well, as always, I've enjoyed our time together.
Irish goodbye it. I'm just gonna stand up and leave.
Fair. Extremely fair. And I think with that, kind of cut away back to where Munter and Kira and Lindsay are together. As you step out of the keep. What's up?
I'm sorry, you just get so smug when you play him, and I don't like it.
you don't like the Maria's character.
I'm just embodying the character. I don't know what you mean.
Sure, you're doing
makes
a
me
great
feel
job.
slimy.
I hate him.
Yeah.
It was just a little neck was a little neck bobble you did. I went, I would have hit him.
This is why I didn't bring any of you with me, because if you guys saw how he spoke to me, y'all would be losing your minds.
It's true.
Correct.
No one has ever tried to hit him. That is true. That could be something to try. Saying.
I might. Oh, he might like
Listen.
I mean, I
No
don't
one knows how it would go.
I don't think we want to put that on Kira, given what happened the last time Kira tried to hit someone.
Listen, at this point, he's not in the business of giving a fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Besides, now he's your political ally.
He is. I came
What's
to
a
him.
little slap amongst political
I
allies?
came to him as a capitalist, as an immortal, and as family.
It's true.
Fuck.
Fantastic.
He sure did.
So yeah, just gonna try and get, eyes and ears out, trying to figure out what the vibe is. For the town.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be probably a diplomacy check, right? To kind of gather
That doesn't-
information.
Like an insight.
Or sorry, is that persuasion that you do
Probably
that with?
persuasion.
5e?
Yeah.
Yeah, persuasion.
If we're listening or if we're talking to people or what?
Just to
I mean-
gather info.
Right, because you're not gonna just walk. You can't make a perception check because you're not gonna just walk around and overhear somebody hey, did you hear about the?
Hey, dang!
You gotta find some people and ask some questions, and I think that's gonna be persuasion.
Could it be like investigation? I don't know. It
that
doesn't matter to me.
I forgot
Mine
that
is-
investigation existed. Yeah,
fine,
it probably
so-
would be
Doesn't
investigation.
exist. I mean, but maybe, but also, what if persuasion? Hey, Lindsay, how good are you at persuasion?
I'm actually pretty good at persuasion, and I was about to say, I think it would be very reasonable to have Lindsay just starting to go around and introducing himself and asking what's been going on in town lately.
Mm-hmm.
You do know some people. I think.
He is the socialite. He's the socialite of the family.
It's
true.
true.
It's true.
All he does is travel and party.
Yeah.
Should we
I'm
go
new
to
in
like
town. I
a?
want to know what's happening right now.
Should we go to like a pub? Start
Yeah, I
having
think
Lindsay
that's-
buy drinks for everyone.
I think that's fair to
Listen to
say.
your
I think
lips.
that's a cool idea. So first off, I think it is going to start with an investigation check.
From everyone?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, everybody.
Well, from what it sounds like to me is you're kind of splitting up. Not actually splitting up, but kind of dividing and conquering, right?
Sure.
Maybe a meet back here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Meet back
Walk
in
around the
15.
market, listen to the
Yeah.
whispers. I care.
That's what it sounds like to me. So I think maybe, an investigation check from everybody.
Okay. I don't know why I pushed for investigation because it's -1.
You
I don't
campaigned
know
for
why you
that.
did that either.
My
know why you
perception
did
is 0. Either way, it doesn't help.
Okay. Well, luckily I didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I didn't do too bad.
Nice.
How'd
How'd you do, Raph?
How did Munter do?
What did you do, bud? Nice.
Dude.
Shout out to
Nice.
you, too.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
See Clemp. And I start freaking out.
The gates to Bearer are open. He could start his own
I'm
franchise.
like,
He
Clemp,
could.
no fucking way, dude. You're here.
He could. Jot that down for future. But I think similar to that though, I think you've been in Hunter's body for long enough that mostly you get distracted because you walk past the alley with the meat stacks.
Meat seller.
Yeah, and it smells so good, and you're so hungry.
I'm just watching people sit at their tables eating stacked meat sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
You're just so
Listen.
sick of carrots and
boiled carrots and fucking chickpeas, beans for protein. God.
At least you're not eating hay.
It's true. You felt the urges, but so far you managed to resist them.
You're just like,
I
this
so
can't
I
be
like
right.
pull out a little like piece of carrot and I'm just like close my eyes and pretend I'm eating a meat sandwich. Don't hear shit.
Absolutely, you don't.
You're
Kira,
chewing too loud.
Mhm.
Crunching on this carrot.
Kira, what did you get?
I got a 15.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. And specifically, what are you looking for information about? Were you going to go to the tailor shop?
I do want to check that out, yes.
Okay, cool. I think that's fair. So then I think with a 15 on your investigation check, it's fairly easy for you to locate the tailor shop.
Mhm.
And I think you also with that roll, you would note that it is weirdly crowded. Especially for a tailor shop.
Right.
Yeah, like you see a lot of people going into it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see as many people coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I
Definitely gonna need to go in.
think that makes a lot of sense. Interestingly, when you walk in, it's kind of empty. Like I think you maybe see one or two people browsing some bolts along like the wall, and you see
Mhm.
one very sweet, big-eyed girl behind the counter, just sort of like folding and arranging some fabric.
Mm-hmm.
She looks up and gives you like a shy little smile when you walk in.
Hi there.
Good afternoon, sir. Anything I could help you with?
I was wondering if Dion is in town.
I think now roll that persuasion check.
Yeah. Let's go. 18.
Okay. All right. All right. With an 18, she looks you up and down. I might be able to assist you with whatever it is you need. Like if your jersey there is damaged, I could repair that.
I think he'll
It's just she's terribly busy.
just wanted to make sure that she was in town. Sorry, I'm a part of Lady Blackwing's entourage. We just wanted to see if she's busy. I was wondering if you could um, put us down on the books.
Well, I'm not certain that I've heard of this Lady Blackwing before, but sounds very important. I imagine if she came here herself, Dion might be able to find some time.
I'm certain. Just let her know, Lady Ellie Violet.
I'll make sure that she hears.
Wonderful. You have a good day.
You as well.
It's going to.
Okay. And while that is happening, Lindsay, what did you get on your check?
18.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. And you are, I assume, just sort of generally trying to get a feel for what's going on in Kelteron?
I think so. I think looking for looking either for people that he would recognize and or small social gatherings where he would be able to talk to multiple people at once.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think probably Lindsay has been here enough to know that there is a very large place. Calderon, as we've discussed previously, is kind of broken up into like these different squares. Like you can travel through these back alleys and these roads that sort of connect them to each other. But you've got like Calderon Square, you've got the Hengegate Square. All roads kind of terminate in one of these sort of courtyard square things between a collection of buildings. And Lindsay, I think, would know from experience, being who you are and engaging in the things that you engage in, about the vineyard, which is sort of a like open air. I guess the closest equivalent would be like a beer garden, but specifically it's wine, which is generally speaking a lot harder to come by outside of Calderon. And because of that, it kind of caters to a more discerning clientele. Like it's not for the rich and famous or the wealthy by any means, but it's also not where like your common folk are going to probably go to have more than one drink. It's like a collection of tables. It's very much decorated. Like there are trellises lining the square and kind of like almost meeting to a point overhead, except the top is open to let in sunlight and fresh air. There are vines climbing those trellises. It leads to like a very sort of shady, comfortable vibe. And in addition to all of the different tables that are scattered around with people sitting at them and conversing with each other, there's also a bar that takes up like one entire length of it with several different bartenders behind and quite a few people seated there as well. Oh, I think we just lost JD.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we definitely did.
Yep.
No.
Goodbye.
Give it a second.
Lindsay got
They should be back.
jumped.
Yeah.
No, Lindsay.
Does Lindsay have to roll for that?
Getting jumped?
For jumped?
He's famous for getting jumped, right? He's famous for getting robbed.
Well, you only have to roll if like he didn't want it to happen.
That's fair.
So I think it's
that's fair.
I think it's probably fine.
Straight up, I was like, you should be armed. And he was like, I bought a gun. And then the gun is on the horse, not on him. And it's like, Lindsay, that doesn't help
That's
you.
not how you're doing.
Let's see. Oh, cool. They just lost power.
Oh no.
Well, that's not ideal.
It's not.
Let's see.
God said, cut it out.
I know, and I was about to. This was going to be the ending scene, obviously, but we may. I'm messaging JD and asking if they think it'll be back on soon, or if we should call it. Because I know most of the time when my power goes out, it like just blips and then it comes right back on. But I don't know if that's the case where in Redacted, where JD lives.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little bit more complicated.
Sorry, I was like, the stream.
Yeah, JD lives in Redacted.
I mean, wait.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe.
Just waiting to hear back. But if we don't, in the next minute or two, we'll probably just call it there. Pick up with it next time.
if I close my eyes and think, if Max closes his eyes and thinks really, really hard, does the carrot kind of taste like ham? Like a ham meat stack.
So I think if you try really, really hard, we'll make a persuasion check.
Really hard. Oh my god!
Make a
plus
persuasion
zero,
check for yourself.
Not 20, 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 not 20. It's an 11.
An 11. Okay, with an 11, I think you can convince yourself that the carrot tastes like ham, but that doesn't mean that the carrot tastes like ham.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I think if I can convince myself. The power of the mind and all that.
Good. I think that's fair. I think then I still haven't heard back from JD, so I think Lindsay is at the vineyard, and we'll circle back to that probably next time. But Kira,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
when you leave the tailor shop,
Shit.
where are you going?
I know that. What's his face?
Tamberley.
I mentioned Tamberley.
Oh,
Yes.
Mirrodin mentioned Tamberley. Yeah.
Mirrodin mentioned Tamberley.
I know his name.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, we've decided. we've sort of.
Gotcha.
So I think he is heading that way.
Okay. Are you going to gather the others?
Yes.
Okay, because you did make plans to meet up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it makes sense that you probably would have talked about your plans. I think when you get out of the tailor shop, you were actually pretty close to the vineyard, and I think you know that was Lindsay's plan.
Okay.
So if you're heading there to pick him up first, you see that same sight as you approach the vineyard, as you get out into that square within Calderon. People sitting at the tables, people sitting at the bars. But as perceptive as you are, you actually don't see Lindsay anywhere.
Don't love. Have you just first table? Excuse me. Have you seen a young man, handsome but awkwardly charming?
Sub energy.
Lindsay, sorry. Lindsay
Kind of seemed like he wants nothing so much as for you to step on him.
Yeah.
Desperately hoping.
Like,
yeah. The people that you talk to at that table sort of shrug and apologize to you, but somebody from off to the side calls out to you, not far because they're just seated at the bar, which is very close to where you entered the vineyard. It says, "Excuse me. I think I might have seen your friend."
where?
If you move over to the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there.
Cool. Yeah. Man has a glass of wine in front of him that kind of looks like it's been untouched. And he's not really looking at you. But he says, he was here. He's sort of asking questions about someone or other. Couple of men said that they knew something. Seemed ill-advised, but he left with them.
Of course he did. Okay. Did you see which way they went?
I'm afraid I didn't, but I'd be happy to help you look if I can. Just any kind of gestures to the glass of wine and says that I don't know how much of an, I don't know how much of a hurry you're in, but I just wanted this maybe join me for a glass before we set off.
Not really interested in a drink, but thanks. Insight.
Yeah, roll it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a 2. I'm gonna use one of the
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Do
for
because
it.
I don't trust that. Don't trust this at all.
That's so valid.
He
You're so real for
stinks.
that.
Okay. Cool. Insight. 26.
Cool. With a 26, there is something weird and suspicious about this man for a split second. But now I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, no, that's not necessary, actually.
That's fucking
Actually.
rude.
Oh, no.
Do you have any? Oh, fuck.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm a Jim Carrey man.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it, baby.
Use another
Slow
advantage.
that down, dude.
Use another.
Hell yeah.
Dude, crack
Hold on,
one for the
I haven't
big
rolled
boy.
it. I haven't rolled it.
I don't care. Use the take the advantage.
Okay.
Or you're spending that immediately? Okay.
Hey, I am going to use it.
Okay.
That was a 5. Okay. Maybe. 16. No.
I don't like that. I don't like that pause.
What is this that is happening to you and to me? I mean,
He slides the glass of wine over to you and says, "Have a seat." And he's very trustworthy.
oh, hey, sorry. Give us that back. I get advantage. I get advantage anyway.
Because enchantments and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry. Proceed with what words you were saying.
Did you roll it again?
Not yet, but hold on.
Okay.
Am I charmed? Did the 16?
You are charmed.
Fail? Oh,
The 16
okay.
failed.
Cool. Then I'm going to sit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a key point. Stillness of mind. No.
What does that do?
It removes being charmed or frightened.
And he is going to spend a legendary action.
No.
What? Wait, what? Wait.
Which bitch is this?
So you are charmed. But
That makes him one of the guys.
please, won't you join me in a drink?
Did I feel the attempt to that? I felt myself attempting to break it, and then it just didn't happen. Yeah.
I think that you felt so. Yeah, I think there's kind of a tug of war going on here, right? Where at first you were like, "Nah, this dude's weird," and then you felt that charming compulsion to do what he was saying and sit down and join him in a drink, and then you kind of started to shake it off, and then that grip on your mind kind of tightened a little bit more, and then you were like, "Oh, yeah, I do have time." Like, why not? This guy seems nice.
Lindsay's fine.
Sure. One drink.
I recognize that jersey. What's your name, stranger?
Kira.
Kira. It's lovely to meet your acquaintance, Kira. He holds out a hand. Says, I'm Simon.
Oh! Are you fucking serious right now?
I knew I recognized that voice. I'm mad about it. I knew I recognized that voice. I'm big mad about it.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm fucking done with you. I'm done with the show. I'm out of here. Good night. Good night, everybody.
What's going on? What's up? What's the problem? You guys want to keep playing, or
No.
like?
Just writing this in big letters that it's fucking Simon.
Too bad, because that's where we're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna call it for today. How's everybody doing?
I'm telling JD.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't know. I didn't realize. I knew this motherfucker was in town.
It was gonna be Lindsay. I had to pivot to Kira.
Thank God it wasn't Lindsay. I'm not gonna lie.
A lot harder for him to charm Kira, but we got there.
Mm-hmm. Because not about that life.
No. Unlike Lindsay. Lindsay loves being charmed.
Fuck you.
What? What's wrong?
I'm gonna run out of key points just trying to break this shit. I'm mad about it. But it's gonna happen. I'm just letting you know now.
I don't know why Simon has legendary actions.
Because he's running around with that bitch. Running around with that bitch.
Matter. We're running around with lots of bitches.
He's running around with the dreamer.
He's running around with the bitch that our bitches are afraid of.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're healed. You're psychically, mentally healed, Max, because now you're gonna have to throw hands.
Super upsetting because Simon is very hot, but I'm mad about this.
I'm telling Candace. I'm gonna tell Candace you're undoing all of Candace's beautiful work.
You were able to redeem Dream Simon.
Yeah. Dream Simon's cool. Dream Simon and I are best friends.
So, there's probably still hope for real Simon. You
Not if I kill him first.
I'm gonna kill him, so no.
But maybe you could fix him.
We've got too many people on the board who we gotta fix, and I'm sorry, but
if Max can forgive himself, then he has to be able to forgive Simon.
Then he has to be able to forgive Simon. You make a great point, Raph.
So hear me out. Hear me out, though. I hope you stop me because I'm gonna kill him.
Well, you're gonna try.
Sure.
I thought Simon was going to be in the crowd. I thought that's who Kira was going to see. This is worse.
Yeah.
This is worse.
This is way worse.
Raph.
What's up?
I told you that I owed you.
See, but why am I catching strays?
You're a dog, dude.
I've been on your team, bro. I've been on your team.
Yeah.
I need to catch up.
I clipped a thing. I'll send it to you.
You clipped a thing?
I clipped a thing. Yeah.
Okay,
I made a clip.
I did wake up to a clip that said "Run, Raph, run." So
yeah, that is valid. Cool. Well, that was our stream for today.
God fucking damn it.
I think everybody had a good time. I think Raph got what was coming to them. And I think with all of that being said, we can go ahead and do our introductions. Normally we would be starting with JD, but I think I could say, what does JD have coming up? I'm looking at the calendar.
We should all have JD's games in our calendars.
Tuesday is their
Tuesday, as they call us, villains over on Entropy Emporium, which I think is also at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It is.
Thursday, there's no Never Embers Enigma.
No, there might be. There might be.
There might be. Okay.
There might be.
All right. Thursday, there might be the heist game, Never Embers Enigma. You check that out. And then Saturday, the 8th, would be a season of Secrets and Shadows.
Yes.
Y'all playing? Okay, cool.
I have it on my calendar. I'm assuming so.
Probably, yeah, I would assume.
Probably.
And then Sunday the 9th, we're recording Academy H. We're back recording some new episodes of Academy H on next Sunday with a new special guest, which you'll hear about very soon, I'm sure. So it is someone who has never been on Live from the Apocalypse before.
What?
I know. I'm like 90% sure that's true. But anyway, yeah, all of that being said, that's it for JD, which means we'll move right along to Q.
Hi. Hello, I'm Q. You can find me pretty much everywhere out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. You can see me tomorrow over on RPGs Uncovered, where I'm going to be continuing the Starcrier conflict. It's one of my mini cowboys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Tuesday coming up is Tenebris, Nephilim Tenebris. Yeah, that is how days work. Yep,
that is.
Very excited. And then Thursdays, you can find me on Redacted. I am in the They Call Us Villains game over on Entropy Emporium. I am also
Tuesday, right?
The Table 1 for a season of Secrets and Shadows. We are not Table 2, we're Table 1, and don't you forget it. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff coming up. Catch me doing Pride events and stuff on the internet. It's fun. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, that's it. That's all.
Hell yeah. Julia?
Hello. I'm Julia. I'm Hexbot on all social media platforms. Today I've been Kelly Violet. Hopefully on Thursday, I will get to once again be Lavinia Hale in Never Embers Enigma. ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. And then I'll be back for Academy H when we do the Academy H thing as Lyra Kroll, who is, going to therapy now. It's a good thing.
Love to see it.
Do love to see it. And Raph.
Hey, I'm Raph. Everything's fine. Everything is really, really good. Oh wait, I just realized you can't see Pepita. Hold on.
There we go.
Let me bless you. There we go. There we go. Okay. I was Max. I was Moonter, sorry. And I was fucking shocked, okay? I was not expecting that. I did not know that was going to happen. What else? You can catch me again here in 2 weeks, and then next Saturday, I think it is a season of Secrets and Shadows. I might not be there. But who knows? Maybe I will. I don't know either. So we'll fucking find out, huh? We'll fucking find out. And that's it, I think, for me for now.
Okay. You might be there.
I might
be there. Who knows?
Wait. Don't.
Surprise.
Hi. My name is Will. I'm one of the organizers and the storytellers here live from the Apocalypse. Today, not even tonight, I played everybody else. And there's some stuff that I should talk about probably. Today was class reunion. Tenebris, Nephilim Tenebris, the gritty near future sci-fi game, back on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Thursday night is going to be the premiere of God Complex, the Girl by Moonlight game that I'm going to be running over on Entropy Emporium about space kaiju that have destroyed mankind in the far-off future and the pilots of mechs made from dead gods that are trying to fight them. probably to no avail. There will be a trailer dropping soon before we play on Thursday, and I'm excited about it. It was supposed to be a last week premiere, but I was in Canada. A lot of stuff has been going on, so it had to get pushed. That'll be on the 6th, Thursday night, I believe, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sunday the 9th, we're back with Academy H, like I mentioned, with a new guest. And the 10th, I'm going to be running a Pride game of the Fist system over on Just the Humans channel. It's going to be a fun game about mercenaries. It's going to be very queer and very funny. I would highly recommend checking it out. I think that's it for the near future. Other than that, if you are not already following the channel, you could do so. There are social media things in the chat, or you could join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people. I'd love to have you be a part of it. I think that is going to do it for us here at Live from the Apocalypse today. So, yeah, I guess with that, say goodnight, everybody. Or good afternoon, whatever.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy
Pride.
Put the baby in the basket.
Baskets,
Oh,
put it on down the river.
I had
There
to.
you
It's
go.
been too long.
It's true. We're going to disappear for just a second, but we're going to raid Total Party Kiss.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Total
Right
Party
now?
Kiss. Right now. We're going to do that. Yeah.
Oh my
We're going to do
Well,
that.
we can't.
So,
We're not all together. We're not together, but maybe.
Maybe
Maybe.
soon.
Maybe
Maybe
we'll throw something
soon.
in there.
Who knows? All right.
I wouldn't have both.
Happy Pride.